Q105.7, Albany's rock station. I'm Steve King, and joined by Rob Halford from Judas Priest. He has a new album out called Celestial, just in time for Christmas. He's got a bunch of metal Christmas tunes, and very excited to talk to Rob today. Hey, Rob Halford.
Steve King, what's up, buddy?
I'm doing well, man. I have been a huge fan of yours since I can even remember.
Wow, that's what I like to hear. You're a metalhead. That's great.
Absolutely a metalhead. The very first song I ever learned all the way through on guitar was Living After Midnight.
That's incredible. Are you going to be playing that around the Christmas tree on Christmas Day?
I have tried to teach my daughter how to play that many times, but she hasn't picked it up yet.
That's even better news, because that's what this whole business of the Celestial album is about, in terms of family and how important family is for all of us, and friends are so important for all of us. And my Celestial record is all that. It's Rob Halford with family and friends.
Tell me about the family and friends that are part of your band for Celestial.
Got my brother on drums, Nigel. Mm-hmm. Got my nephew on bass, Alex Hill, son of bass god Ian Hill from Judas Priest.
Sure.
Their respective really talented friends on guitar, Robert Jones and John Blakely. Production by Mike Exeter, who worked on the Firepower album, the Wizard Mike Exeter. And what a lot of fun to make a record with your immediate family.
Sure.
See my brother bashing away in the drums, and my nephew. You can see, we've made some great videos that you can see on all the different social platforms. Something that I've been wanting to do forever, Steve, because I've watched them since I were little kids, and to become really talented, proficient musicians was just a blessing to see them become so good at what they do. And the timing was right to get together and bang out some metal.
So what made you decide that this was the time you wanted to do a Christmas album specifically?
Well, let's think here, because it's been a long time coming as far as making the event happen. Mm-hmm. Years and years and years ago, I wanted to try and find an opportunity to get together with my brother and my nephew. But very simple. We were having Christmas holidays back in the UK a couple of years ago, or more, maybe almost 3 years, and listening to some Christmas music. And I said, "Hey guys, wouldn't it be great if we had an opportunity to make some metal music together in the Christmas spirit?" And that was all we needed to go for. We green lighted it there and then, and. I was off on my travels with Priest, making the Firepower record and the tour. Mm-hmm. So the big celebration for me as the brother, the uncle, is that the guys went ahead and did all of this work. I was away with Priest, and the guys did all this magnificent work in arranging all of these beautiful Christmas songs that we know and love, like "Away in a Manger," "George of the World," "First Noel." It just really is a testimony to musicians like these guys. They all have full-time jobs. They come home from work, they get washed and changed, have some food, go to a club, have a jam, go to a studio, write some music. There are literally thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of talented musicians like these guys in my family. Mm-hmm. And this is just a pure expression of joy that they get from being musicians and making music.
What about the new songs? I love Donner and Blitzen. Matter of fact, after the first time I heard it back in October, after the album was released, it is one of those that sticks in your head for a while, and you walk around going, Donner and Blitzen.
You see, it's all about melody.
It is.
And melody. That's the thing about rock and roll, no matter what you call it, hooks and melody. And I thrive on that. And so do the guys. They put together the format for the instrumentation, the riffs and the rhythms and so forth. And then brother Uncle Rob puts the melodies and words on the top in terms of the original songs. And it's just a wonderful little story, Father Christmas and his sleigh and the reindeer blasting around the planet. It just gives you a great mental visual image that means so much to everybody, because we all know that story, right?
Sure.
Steve? So here it was to put it down in a musical sense. Real great tune. A great way to kick the record off as well.
Absolutely. Hey, let's switch gears for a minute. You guys are up another nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What does that mean to Judas Priest and Rob Halford specifically?
Well, it means the world to us as a British heavy metal band, being honoured by this great American institution, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the Hallowed Halls, as we call them, full of incredibly talented artists from all walks of life, not just rock and roll, but that's what I love about the doors being kicked out of the way the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame welcomes everybody into it. So it's a thrill, man. It's a great honour to be nominated for the second time, and we're all metal fingers crossed that we get in in 2020.
I've always said there wasn't enough metal represented in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but if any metal band was going to be in, that it should be you guys who, like you said, kicked the doors in music. When you guys formed.
It's a thrill. It's a thrill on many levels. It's thrilling for us in the genre of heavy metal because heavy metal is a British bit of rock and roll, and so it all started back in the Midlands in the Birmingham region with Black Sabbath and Judas Priest, and so I know our good friend Sabbath are in the Hallowed Halls. So it'd be beautiful if we could get in and be stomping next to them. Just in that manner alone would be great. But it's a bigger story than that. It is heavy metal as a particular beautiful, incredible, powerful, potent, world-loved style of music. So I agree with you, Steve. We definitely need some more metal in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. What about Judas Priest? What's next for you guys? Another tour in 2020?
Yeah, we've got the big 50th tour planned. There's been so much work going on behind the scenes since we took a breather from the last Firepower date, which I think was in July 1st. Was it in Las Vegas? Which was our last show for Firepower. But we're still bringing in some Firepower music on the 50th anniversary that kicks off in Finland next June, I think it is. Yeah, it's going to be a big moment for Priest next year on many fronts, celebrating 50 years of heavy metal, this beautiful name, Judas Priest. At the same time, we're writing new music, so there'll be another Priest album at some point in the metal future.
Awesome.
We're firing on all cylinders, as they say, Steve.
Well, hopefully there's a New York date in there that'll be close enough. I haven't seen you guys in about 3 years, I think was the last time I saw you. I have to tell you, it had been a few years since I saw Priest, and you guys came through. I got to see you, and I was really blown away with how great your voice specifically still sounds live. I don't know what you do to keep that voice so great, but it's freaking impressive.
Well, thank you so much. I'll take a boost. I love a boost. It's a great thing. It's the greatest thing you can say to a musician that you enjoyed the performance. And I'm surrounded by some of the greatest metal players in the world. Ian and Scott and Richie, and of course Andy helping out while Glenn's away. I was in Albany for like 3 or 4 days. I was just hanging out, man. I had a great time. We were there for we had a couple of days break. So I was I think I was up at the Hilton somewhere in Albany and just jamming, just hanging out and walking the streets and meeting fans. Good memories. So we'll be doing that when we come back and see you again, Steve.
Well, I can't wait to see it and see you guys here in town, and encourage everybody for the Christmas season to get Celestial. It's a whole different feeling for Christmas, and it's definitely being played at the King House right now.
That's great, Steve. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you, WQBK. We love you, Albany. I wish you a very heavy metal Christmas and a great 2020.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. You have a great holiday, man.
Thanks, buddy. All the best. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.